Hey there, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies, and this video today is about how the hell do you articulate your niche. This is a big question. I get a lot of people wondering, how do you word it? You know, if somebody says, what do you do at a party? How do you say it? Now, of course, there's a lot of ways you could respond. This is only one of them. But I realized I hadn't made a video about this, and this is so handy. This is so incredibly useful. It's a three-step formula or process, and it looks like this. There are three things when people ask you, what do you do? There are three things to touch on first. There's actually five. I've got an ebook called Crystal Clear that goes into the other two, but this is enough for now. First thing people want to know is just who is this for? Is this for people like me? Second thing people want to know is what's the problem it solves? And third is what's the result it offers? And I should say, for a caveat, this is for service providers in particular. So, who, problem, result. Now, what does that actually sound like in a conversation? It sounds something like this. And this is all credit to Robert Middleton from actionplan.com, where I got this from. So you know how blank kinds of people struggle with blank kinds of problem. Well, what I help them do is blank. Or what I help them do, or actually a better way to say it might be, what I help them get or achieve is blank. Now, of course, that's just a basic template. It's not quite always that simple, but this is basically what we're saying is, somebody says, what do you do? So you might say, well, so this is a colleague of mine, Lisa Kathleen from Calgary. She would say, well, you know how a lot of parents struggle with being either too authoritarian or too permissive with their kids. So that's the parents, that's the who. Problem, that struggle, that tension. Result, she says, what I help them do is figure out parenting strategies that feel authentically right for them so they can stay loving, calm, and centered even when their kids are testing them the most. You know how salespeople who struggle with cold calling because it feels terrible and awful. Well, what I help them do is figure out a way to do cold calling that not only works well, amazingly, but also genuinely feels good to them and to the person receiving the call. No self-hypnosis required. That'd be Ari Galper from unlockthegame.com. I could go on and on. That's the basic formulation. So if you're struggling with your niche, try this. Just try writing it out. This is one of the basic pieces of homework that I'll give people in workshops, or if we're trying to figure out their niche, is this. Because we've got to know those three things. Who is it for? What's the problem? What's the result? So I hope that's helpful as a little nugget. And take care. Feel free to ask any questions below, and I'll do my best to answer.